Well, everybody, Chip Brewster here, coming to you from Ted Sperling Nature Park, and we are continuing our kayaking tour of mangrove tunnels down here. If you haven't been down, it is worth a trip. One of those times where you should really play tourist in the hometown area, because they have more than 1.5 miles of just amazing scenery. I've got Will Byther, who is the owner of Almost Heaven Kayak Adventures, and he's taking us on this bit of a tour. And Will, you were saying this is like the most popular tour that you offer.
It absolutely is. These mangrove tunnels are hard to beat, unlike anywhere else, because these tunnels in particular don't have as many bugs as other mangroves in Florida.
Oh, is there a reason behind that?
Because of the brackish water preventing the mosquitoes back there, for the most part, and because it's not as huge, a massive mangrove forest as other parts, the bugs aren't as attracted to the area.
We were talking a little bit off camera about these tunnels and how they were created, more specifically, the Corps of Engineers coming in to actually help alleviate the bug problem. But you also told me that when they dug them out, they were much wider than they are today.
They were, yeah. These, if left alone, the mangroves would totally retake and close up these tunnels again. So without maintenance every so often, the tunnels would totally close up in a matter of years.
Is that maintenance actually happening?
It does, yeah. After a storm, or once or twice a year, the county is able to get the permits necessary to trim mangroves. Because they're a protected tree, any trimming or cutting has to be done by permit and by an arborist.
Now, all that said, is there any concern about loss of tunnel trail?
Not necessarily, and the tunnels are a great way to show people just how important the mangroves are.
Is that part of your tour? I mean, it's really cool just to see this, experience this, be amongst it, but is there also an element of education and talking about the eco and ecosystem? Absolutely.
That's a huge part of our tour. We try and stress that more than anything, that we need as many mangroves back as we can get. Because of all the development in Florida since the mid-1900s, we've lost a ton of our mangroves, so we need as many back as we can get.
Well, and I can totally understand why, especially if you have them in this kind of setting where it's just encapsulating you and you are surrounded by this beauty of nature. Well, thank you so much for taking us on this tour today. If you guys are interested in checking it out for yourself, he is one of several companies that will gladly take you on a tour and fill you in all about the mangrove tunnels down here off Lido Key. Almost Heaven Kayak Adventures.
Thanks,
I'm gonna toss it back to you guys.
Doesn't that look nice, Linda?
It does. You've done something similar and
Yeah.
enjoyed it.